To the U.S. Capitol Police so far, no credible threats or counter demonstrations have been identified. Well, back here at home, there's a renewed push to get home caregivers some help from the state. The AARP, along with the Wisconsin Aging Advocacy Network, announced they are asking state lawmakers to pass what they call the CARE Act. Supporters say it's designed to help the almost 600,000 unpaid family caregivers in Wisconsin. Those are people who are taking care of an aging parent, sick relative, or someone with special needs. The CARE Act would require hospitals to work with and train these caregivers to make sure patients get the care they need at home.
To just have that extra help is what we're asking for. When your loved one is being dismissed, please give us the training we need so we can be more successful.
The CARE Act was actually first introduced in the state legislature back in 2019, but supporters say they couldn't get the bill across the finish line.